Welcome into WCMP's production of high school basketball. And now let's head to the court with Game Day Gilman.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's broadcast of girls playoff basketball here on 100.9 FM WCMP, and of course streaming audio only online at WCMPradio.com. I want to thank you so much for tuning in here this evening for this Section 5 Single A girls playoff basketball game between the home team, the East Central Eagles, and the visiting St. John's Prep Johnnies. Of course, I am Ethan Game Day Gilman. I'll be bringing you all the action from this playoff game here this evening on 100.9 FM WCMP. It should be a good one between these two teams. This is technically a playoff game or a play-in game, I should say, between these two teams. This would be a play-in game, and looking at it on their section, both of these teams right near the bottom of the section of Class 5 Single A, but that does not mean that these teams cannot play with the best of them. It just means that this section could be a very strong section, and they are in the 5A East part of 5A. They split up the Section 5A into two parts, 5A East and 5A West. The East part begins tonight with this game between East Central and St. John's Prep. The winner of this game will play on Thursday in Bram against the Bombers. Bram got the number 1 seed in the 5A East portion. In the West, it is Belgrade Bruton El Rosa who got the number 1 seed, and in that play-in game tonight, it'll be Bertha Hewitt hosting Long Prairie Gray Eagle. The winner, of course, will go on to play BBE. So that is the bracket here. The games tonight in this one. In fact, we have one more tonight. Sabika will host LaPorte tonight on the 5A West side of the section. So, playoff game tonight, and it should be a wild one. We got a lot of local teams here in this bracket on the east side of 5A. East Central, Bram, Ogilvie, and Mille Lacs. Can't forget about Mille Lacs either. But East Central and St. John's Prep finished at the bottom 2, unfortunately, but Mille Lacs also in the bottom 3. So Bram got the bye for this section of 5A East, and they will host the winner of tonight's game on Thursday at 7 p.m. And St. John's, they come into this game finishing the regular season 4-9. They didn't play a bunch of games, and they were 0-1 in the section. East Central finished the year at 3-20, but they did win a section game, and they were 1-8 in this section. So both teams are very, very similar when you look at it on the section board. Points for and points against are very similar, but looking at it, East Central does score a little bit more points, and I think tonight it might be more of a defensive game between these two teams, or we could wind up seeing a shootout. Now, looking on the year, East Central, they have had a couple of games where they struggled to score, but then you look at the latter half of the year, man, they really turned it up on offense, and they really got things going for their side. So, to me, it looks like this should be a very fun game between these two teams. Now, these two did not play during the regular season. I know Ogilvie, I believe, along with Bram, played St. John's Prep. I know Ogilvie just beat St. John's Prep in their regular season finale. I think it was 71-54, a score like that or something. So that is how the regular season finished out for them. But for East Central, they got a win in their last 3 games. They beat McGregor 52-39. So again, they show when they're winning games. Of course, it's only 3, but they have been putting up more than, or at least 50 points per game when they're winning. The only exception was that 48-36 win over Renshaw, but it's 2 points. We'll call it close enough for East Central. So I look at this East Central team, and I think they've got a very good chance, especially at home, to get the victory over St. John's Prep. St. John's Prep, again, it was Mille Lacs who they just lost against, not Ogilvie. They just lost to Mille Lacs 51-38 in their regular season finale. And again, they are in a very tough spot right now. They're not in a conference, so it's tough to schedule games when you're not in conference, because that's where really a bulk of your games come from. So they've played 13 games, but normally in a conference you'll play 12, maybe a couple more than that, but it's usually around that 12 mark. So with 13, they'd have maybe another 12 with a conference if they were in one, so that'd equal out to 25 games on the season. But not being in a conference does come with its negatives and positives, of course. There's on each side of that, but again, they did only play 13 games, 4-9 on the season. No conference games to speak of, so they did not have any wins or losses. Now, looking at familiar opponents with East Central for St. John's Prep, they did lose to Hinckley-Finlayson, 66-31, did St. John's Prep. And that's really the only one other than Mille Lacs, who they lost to 51-38. Their wins on the season came against Pack Charter, Cambridge Christian twice, and against Hope Academy. Now, in their wins, they struggled to score 50 points a game. They only reached that 50 point once in a win, and that was their win against Cambridge Christian, 52-30. In fact, looking on the season, they have only scored above 50 points the one time in their win against Cambridge Christian back in December, on December 9th. So, if you're East Central, I think the mark for you to get to is 50. I think if you can score at least 50 points, I think you'll be golden. If this does turn into kind of a shootout type game, I think for East Central, I think the goal here is 50 points. If it turns into the kind of back and forth game that it could, and we just see both offenses just go after it, I think East Central, all they would really need to do is score 50. Now, they talk as if that's not a hard task to do. It certainly is, but I think East Central does have the upper leg here in this one, as they are at home. They've got the pep band, they've got their fans, they've got the cheerleaders even out here this evening, so it is going to be a good one in this Section 5 Single-A playoff game between the East Central Eagles and the St. John's Prep Johnnies. Again, East Central coming in with a 3-20 record on the year. And as we look at their schedule, again, the 3 wins coming against Carleton was their first win, then against Renshaw and McGregor. And again, all but one of those wins had them scoring over 50 points in it. And, they have a really tough schedule because they are in a very tough conference. They have to play against Ogilvie, Pine City, Rush City, Bram, Hinckley-Finlayson, and of course they also played Mora this year as well. So, and then they also do play Moose Lake Willow River just because of the region they're in. So it is not an easy spot for East Central to be playing, and they have a very tough schedule year in and year out, and they do what they can with it. And it is, when you're in a schedule like this, it's hard. You've got Pine City and Rush City, who were near the top of their conference early on. Pine City wound up winning the conference with 12 wins. Unfortunately, East Central did not grab a conference win, but it's a playoffs. Throw the records out the window. Throw the what the accolades were during the regular season. This is playoffs, and this is where it really matters. This is where we're going to see who is who and who can come to play tonight on Monday evening to begin the first round of the Section 5 Single-A playoffs. Again, this section has an east side and a west side, and the Eagles are in the east side of things, along with Ogilvie, Bram, and Mille Lacs. And the winner of this game will go on to play on Thursday in Bram against the Bombers. So stay tuned for that. We'll have that coming up for you on our local stations as well. But for right now, let's take a commercial break. We'll take a commercial break, and when we come back, we should have the national anthem played. Our starting lineups will have been announced, and then we should be ready for tip-off here at East Central. You're listening to Girls Section 5A Playoff Basketball here on 100.9 FM, WCMP.
Getting a tax refund? One of the best places to invest is in your own home with new countertops from Northwoods Granite. Whether you're staying in your home or thinking about selling, updating your kitchen or bathroom is a great way to freshen up your space for you and your family. Specializing in granite, quartz, marble, and soapstone, professional craftsmen will ensure the finest installation and meet almost any budget. At Northwoods Granite, the price is right and the quality shows. Visit the Northwoods Granite showroom in Ash Cove, or online at northwoodsgranite.com.
When you're ready to get engaged, make sure to shop Chilson Jewelers in downtown Cambridge for a wide variety of both natural and lab-grown diamonds. Why a lab-grown diamond? Lab-grown diamonds are eco-friendly and have all the same characteristics as natural diamonds. Plus, you could save up to 50% by choosing a lab-grown diamond for your center stone. When you're ready to take the next step in your relationship, find the perfect natural or lab-grown diamond at Chilson Jewelers, your custom design specialists in downtown Cambridge.
East Central Public Schools, where your future is our focus. At East Central, we strive to build positive connections with every student that walks into our school. We are committed to knowing our students, to help them grow into the best versions of themselves. This is a school where every student can belong. East Central offers a wide array of options for our students both in and out of the classroom to learn and grow into productive, contributing, service-minded citizens. East Central Schools, your future is our focus. Go Eagles!
Jensen Tractor Sales and Service in Ascove has been family-owned since 1984. Redefining what comes standard, we offer Ellis tractors and have them in stock. We also carry Vermeer equipment. Equipped to do more is the Vermeer Promise. We service all makes and models of farm equipment. We even offer hauling your equipment into our service center. We have over 20 acres of salvage. Stop in today at Jensen Tractor Sales and Service in Ascove. Find us on Facebook or call us at 320-838-3453.
Experience pure performance and exhilarating power with the full line of Yamaha YZ 2-stroke bikes. Visit Larson Cycle today to explore what's new for 2022. The revised YZ 125 makes for the perfect step-up machine, featuring an all-new engine, revised 6-speed transmission, new brakes and suspension settings, improved rider ergonomics with a new aggressive styling, and more. The YZ250 also delivers improved rider ergonomics, new front and rear brakes, updated suspension settings, and aggressive styling. For a truly race-inspired look, check out the YZ250 and YZ125 Monster Energy Yamaha Racing Editions. And for the next generation of riders, YZ65, YZ85, and the YZ85LW deliver big specs in a smaller package. Visit Larson Cycle, find your Yamaha YZ, and enter the victory zone today. Dress properly for your ride with a helmet, eye protection, riding jacket, or long sleeve shirt, long pants, gloves, and boots. Do not drink and ride. It is illegal and dangerous.
At Matt Sanitation, we care about the quality of your residential and commercial waste removal. Locally owned and operated, Matt's prides itself on prompt and courteous service. Matt's also accepts requests for bulk or large item removal in addition to weekly pickup services. We want to help our communities stay clean because we live here too. Matt Sanitation wants to add you to their growing list of satisfied customers. To find out more about residential or commercial options, contact Matt Sanitation in Hinckley at 320-384-7137.
Insurance. It's something you don't want to think about, something you hope you don't have to use, and it's something you definitely don't want to overpay for. Are your rates too high? That's where Bozeman Newton Insurance Agency can help. If you haven't shopped around for insurance for a while, you may be shocked to find out how much you're overpaying every month on your insurance. Let Bozeman Newton Insurance Agency help you find the best rate for your auto, home, business, recreational, or life insurance. Rates too high? Call or visit Bozeman Newton Insurance Agency today.
Back here on 100.9 FM, WCMP, your starting lineups for tonight for the St. John's Prep Johnnies. It will be number 5, Amanda Bolton, number 11, Kate McGee. Also for the Johnnies, number 14, Jaden Niding, number 21, Clara Schlepper, and number 22, Nora Miller. And on the other side for the East Central Eagles, it will be number 5, Lori Grunmeyer, number 10, Kenzie Ludwig, number 11, Carly Watron, number 13, Allie Huntington, and number 30, Izzy Olson. The St. John's Prep Johnnies are coming into this game 4-9, and they are head coached by Mary Nikolski. On the other side, the East Central Eagles are head coached by Peter Rogotsky. And just about set for tip-off here in this game between the Johnnies and the Eagles. This Section 5A playoff game on the east side of Section 5A taking place here, and the winner will go on and play on Thursday against Bram in Bram. Bram finished at the top of Section 5A East and will get to host a game. And as we gets set for tip-off here, looking at the bracket. After Thursday's game, nobody will have home court advantage anymore. It will, in fact, just be at a neutral site. They'll go to Hinckley Finlayson High School to play. Izzy Olsen and Clara Schlepper at the half-court line for tip-off. There's the whistle, and we are set in East Central for this game between the Johnnies and the Eagles. Taking it up court is Nydeen. Nydeen gets it off to McGee. McGee now over to Bolton. Bolton gives it off all the way back over to McGee. Now top of the key to Nydeen. Nydeen inside to Miller. Miller trying to drive. Miller puts up a shot. It goes off the front of the rim. No good. Rebounded there by Ludwig. Ludwig will take it up the court herself on the far side. Ludwig gets it in deep to Izzy Olsen. Now back out to Ludwig. Now on the side here for Grunmeyer for two. That's no good either. And coming in for the rebound was Watron. That's no good. Then getting the rebound for the Johnnies was Schlepper. Schlepper, she'll give it off to Nydeen up the court. Nydeen stops at the East Central logo. She gives it inside to Miller. Miller looking around, trying to find someone. Now she drives, trying to back her way and spins around, puts up a shot, and that is in for two. And the Johnnies are the first on the board with two. And now the East Central Eagles go the other way. Gives it off to Huntington on the far side. Huntington pulls up from three. That's in! Allie Huntington drops the three. And the Eagles watch the lead come right back to them. And now on the other side is McGee. Gives it off to Bolton. Bolton tried to go inside. It goes off a defender now to Nydeen. Nydeen gets it back to McGee, and that's going to be poked out by the defender Olsen. And McGee had to go back for it. It rolled out of bounds off of the Eagles, so Johnnies will hold on to it. 16:38 to go, first half. Nydeen inbounds there to Miller. Miller picked up the first score tonight for the Johnnies, and she tries to dribble inside. Now gives it off to Nydeen. Nydeen back to McGee, and they're going to call it travel on Nydeen, and that's unfortunate because McGee's three-point shot was up and in. Allie Huntington comes to the other side on the near side. Out of bounds, and she'll inbound. She inbounds, and up court quickly goes Ludwig. Ludwig has a lane. She drives to the basket. Up, no good. No foul call, and the rebound there by Miller. Miller's going to take it and give it off to Nydeen up the court. Now across to McGee. McGee on the far side for three. That's in and out. No good, and the rebound there to Allie Huntington. Allie Huntington now with it. She passes it off to Ludwig. Ludwig up the court on the near side. Ludwig stops for just a moment, kind of sets things up for the offense. Now gives it off here to Izzy Olsen. Olsen trying to drive inside, gives it back to Huntington. She nearly lost the ball. Huntington stops on the near side elbow, gives it across inside to Ludwig. She drives to the basket, puts up a shot, up and in for two. Kenzie Ludwig makes it 5-2 in favor of the Eagles. Now down the other way goes Schlepper. Schlepper back out to the top of the key to Nydeen. On the near side now to Bolton. Bolton back to Nydeen for three. That's in! Jaden Nydeen for three will tie things up at 5. So 5-5, and up the court goes Ludwig. Ludwig on the near side. Excuse me, that's Watron. Watron will now give to Huntington. Huntington now to Ludwig. Ludwig on the near side elbow. She wants to drive inside, gives it back to Watron. Watron gives it now to Olsen. Olsen at the top of the key, drives to the far side, gives it off to Ludwig from three. That's no good. Rebound there by McGee. McGee will take it up court on the near side here for the Johnnies. She stops, and she'll just toss it right back to Nydeen. Nydeen pauses for a moment. Lets the offense get set. Gives it to McGee. Back to Nydeen. Nydeen all the way across court to Bolton. Bolton, I think that's a long two. It's no good. And getting the rebound was Grunmeyer for the Eagles. Grunmeyer will bounce pass back to Ludwig. Ludwig on the far side. Gives to Watron for a three. Carly Watron nails the three and makes it 8-5 for the Eagles. 8-5 Eagles with the lead. At the top of the key, it's Nydeen with it. She goes for three. That's no good. And getting the rebound is Ludwig for the Eagles. And now we get the first foul of the game. And I believe that will go against the Johnnies. We'll have to find out. Looks like we get a timeout call. So no foul. It is, in fact, a timeout called by East Central. So a timeout called by the Eagles. They lead 8-5 with 14:30 left to go in this first half. Eagles have shot well early on. They have hit 2 threes already, one from Watron and the other from Huntington. They've come from kind of the same spot on the court, on that far side, kind of on the elbow, just off of it. They found the 2 threes, and scoring first was Ludwig for them, was Huntington, and then Ludwig, and then Watron. They lead 8-5. The Johnnies hit a 3 as well, though, after Miller scored the first points of the game, and then Nidine came back and tied it up at 5 with her 3. But now the Eagles lead 8-5 after their timeout. It's 14:30 left in the first half, and we get a substitution in for the Eagles. It's Jemmy Kiernan who checks in. Getting up the court, though, is Watron. Watron gives it inside to Kiernan. Kiernan makes the defender miss, drives inside, shot is up, no good. And then it's going to be rebounded by Schlepper, and she, I believe, got fouled there by Jemmy Kiernan. Kiernan will be the guilty Eagle on that play. And the ball goes to the Johnnies as they did rebound. The foul is on the Eagles. Trying to go inside to Miller. Dangerous pass. She drives inside, puts it up and in for 2. My goodness, that was dangerous, but good trust and good awareness there by Miller to come down with that one. Now going the other way are the Eagles. It's Ludwig. Ludwig gives it off to, that's Watron for 3. That's no good. Rebounded by Miller. And she gives it off to Nidine. Now to McGee. McGee on the near side gives it to Nidine on the elbow. Nidine drives towards the top of the key, gives it back to Schlepper. Schlepper to Nidine. Now to McGee. McGee trying to drive inside, maybe setting something up. Back to Nidine. Now inside to Miller. Miller just pulls up from the free throw line. That's in! Nora Miller sinks one from the free throw line, and that makes it 8-9 in favor of the Johnnies. Quickly up the court, though, goes Watron. She nearly lost the ball. Jemmy Kiernan right behind her to get it back. Now to Ludwig, now to Olsen. That is not Olsen. That, in fact, is Elsie Larson. And the shot is no good from the Eagles, rebounded by Miller. So Elsie Larson checks into the game as well for the Eagles, wearing number 20, and now a short 2 from the Johnnies. From Schlepper is no good. Out of bounds. Last touch by St. John's. Eagles will get to inbound. Nope, it will be Allie Huntington. They switch. It'll be Allie Huntington who will get set to inbound for the Eagles. 9-8, the Eagles trail. Still early in this first half. Jemmy Kiernan gets the pass from Izzy Olsen, and then it's stolen away by Nora Miller. Miller right now giving this Johnny's team a bunch of life, and she's going to pull up from 3. Defenders around her, no good. Izzy Olsen going to come down with the rebound for the Eagles. She's going to take it up the court herself. In fact, she gives it off to Ludwig now on the near side. Ludwig trying to drive inside. She pulls back, gives it out to Kiernan. Kiernan on the near side corner. She's going to drive in herself. She wanted to go up with it, lost it, gets it to Olsen on the far side. Now to Larson. Larson out to Huntington. Huntington on the near side. She wanted 3, gives it back to Larson. Larson, she makes the defender miss, drives inside. She pulls back. She'll give it off to Kiernan. Kiernan wanted 2, and now she'll give it out to top the key to Izzy Olsen. Olsen, she's going to drive towards the far side, gives it to Kiernan. Kiernan wants to drive inside, stops, pulls up from free throw. It's no good, and trying to keep it alive. Nice job by Izzy Olsen, keeps it alive. Larson got it back. And then Miller, off the missed shot, gets the rebound, and up the court go the Johnnies. Nidine now back to Miller. Miller kind of running the offense now as she leads their team with 6 points. She's trying to drive inside, spins around, gives it off now to Schlepper. Schlepper for 2, no good. Jemmy Kiernan right there for the rebound for East Central. Under 12 minutes to go. Ludwig up the court on the near side elbow. Stops, gives it to Olsen at the top of the key. Now goes inside to Ludwig. No, Ludwig nearly had it stolen away. She drives to the basket, puts it up. Oh, not the kind roll she wanted. And Miller will get the rebound for the Johnnies. She gives it off to Nidine up the court. Nidine finds a lane on the near side, passes it back to Schlepper. Schlepper all alone, gives inside. Tried to give inside, and that's going to be stolen away by Ludwig. Ludwig with the steal. And now for 3 on the other side goes Huntington. And Huntington, her second 3 of the game, makes it 11-9 in favor of the Eagles. And now it's Nidine who gives it off far side to McGee. McGee goes inside to Schlepper. Schlepper tries to spin around, puts up the short 2, and it's in. Schlepper for 2 will tie things at 11. And we're in for a good game, ladies and gentlemen. So far, back and forth. Getting the inbound is Grunmeyer. Grunmeyer takes it up the court on the near side. She stops at the elbow. Gives it off to Huntington. Huntington at the perimeter again for three. That one's off the mark, and we're going to get a foul. I believe that foul going to go against the Johnnies. The first foul on St. John's Prep goes against McGee. For two from Izzy Olsen is good. Izzy Olsen gets the lead back for East Central. It is 13-11 in favor of the Eagles. 10:30 to go. And looks like we get a timeout called here by St. John's Prep. So again, the Eagles lead 13-11. 10:30 to go in this first half. And it's been back and forth since we started. It has been a really good one here between these two teams so far. Just about 7.5 minutes into this one, and looks like we might be in for that kind of high-scoring game that I talked about, where both offenses are just going at it, and the defenses are going to have to try and keep up. And so far, it's kind of what it's been. Both teams shooting at will, finding open spots to shoot, and it's not that the defenses are playing bad. These offenses are just doing a good job with their shot selection and just getting the shots to fall. So after the timeout, St. John's Prep will inbound. It's Sarah Bolton who inbounds to McGee. McGee takes it up the court. She gives it off now to Bolton. That's Amanda Bolton. Now back to Schlepper. Or excuse me, that's McGee. Looking, she'll drift to the near side, now stops. Gives it off to Nora Miller. Miller trying to pass, now will dribble through the defense. Nearly lost the ball and almost had it stolen away, and it looks like she did the smart thing there as she got fouled on that play as she tried to drive through the two defenders. This foul going to go against Carly Watron of the Eagles. Inbounded here to Schlepper, now to Miller. Miller gives it off to Sarah Bolton for three. That's off the mark, and Allie Huntington going to come down with the rebound for East Central. She stops and then gives it off to Watron. Watron up the court, past half court now. She slows up just a bit. We'll give it to Olsen. Olsen, the top of the key. She's going to drive inside, puts up the shot. It was blocked, but they're going to get Nora Miller for a foul. So it looks like that will send Izzy Olsen to the line for our first free throw attempts of the night. This foul goes against Nora Miller. Both teams only have 2 team fouls here so far, as Izzy Olsen's at the line to shoot 2. First one up, no good from Olsen. Amanda Bolton checks out, and in for her is Jaden Nideen. Olsen good on her second. So Olsen goes 1 of 2 from the free throw line, makes it 14-11. And Nideen, who just checked in the game, takes it up the court for St. John's Prep. She'll give it off to Sarah Bolton now. Back to Nideen. On the other side, that pass was tipped, but McGee winds up coming down with it. Now to Schlepper. Schlepper back to Nideen. Nideen nearly had that one go past her, but nice job corralling it. Gets it to McGee now. McGee on the far side elbow. She's going to drive, give it back to Nideen. Now inside to Miller. Miller trying to get around the defense. She's triple team, puts up the shot. She took a little too much off the shot, and then it goes out of bounds last touched by the Eagles. Checking in for the first time tonight is Arena Zudke. That shot is up and misses everything from the Johnnies and will go out of bounds, and East Central will take over, leading 14-11, 9:16 to go in the first half. Inbound goes to Allie Huntington. She's on the far side, spins around, let the defenders go past, and then gives it off to Watron. Watron will slice through the defense, going to the far side, and nearly lost the ball. I apparently lost my ability to speak. Allie Huntington stops on her drive, pulls up from the free throw line, and drops it in for 2. Allie Huntington makes it 16-11. Nideen quickly up the court for the Johnnies, gives it off to Miller. Miller back to Nideen. Nideen all the way over now to McGee. McGee back to Nideen. Nideen for 3. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded, though, by McGee, and she puts it right back up. No good, but she's fouled, and she's going to go to the line and shoot 2. We'll wait to see who the foul is on from East Central. It's going to go against Lori Grundmeyer. So again at the line for the Johnnies is McGee. Shot is up, no good off the front of the rim. Score remains 16-11, 8:41 to go here in the first half. A couple of substitutions for each side. McGee. This shot is up and good. McGee makes one of two, and it's 16-12. Still in favor of the Eagles. Quickly up the court go the Eagles. With it is Mason Bellinger. Bellinger now back to Huntington for two. The long two is no good. And Watron had a chance at the rebound. It is no good. Last touched out of bounds by the Johnnies. Oh no, they're going to say it was off the Eagles, so they talk about it, and the Johnnies get it back. At the top of the key, now across to Sarah Bolton, deeper into the far side corner for McGee. McGee pauses, fakes, then tries to drive out of the corner. Want to give it to Sarah Bolton, in fact gives it to Schlepper. Now to Nideen, back to Schlepper. Schlepper right back to Nideen on the near side corner for three. That's off the front of the rim, no good. Miller gets it back. Rebound by McGee for two is good. McGee gets two back, and it's 16-14, under 8 minutes to go. Allie Huntington up the court with it. She stops, lets the defender get past her just a little bit. She stops and then passes it to Mason Bellinger. Or excuse me, that is Josie Ford. Ford with it once again. Now gets it to Mason Bellinger. Bellinger gets it off of a tip, and she'll give it back to Watron. Watron outside the perimeter, now drives inside, let the defender go past. Shot is up and in for two. Carly Watron makes it 18-14. So Nideen with it, pauses, gives it inside to Miller. Miller going to be quickly guarded by three defenders, and then that shot is blocked from McGee by Huntington. And quickly go Mason Bellinger. Now Huntington for three. No good. Race for the rebound, and it is picked up by Sarah Bolton. But as she picked it up, she traveled. So the Eagles will get it back. They luck out on that one. Ludwig gives it to Bellinger. Bellinger now to Ford. Ford pulls up from long two off the backboard in. Josie Ford for two makes it 20-14. And just as quickly as the Johnnies make it a 2-point game, the Eagles extend their lead back out to 6. Miller inside gets the pass. She passes it back outside to McGee. McGee drives inside. No good on the shot. And getting the rebound there was Josie Ford. Now off the court quickly goes Ludwig. Ludwig trying to get around the defender. She got the edge, but that one was knocked out of bounds by the Johnnies, but I believe they're going to get a foul maybe. They will. So the foul going against St. John's Prep, and that will be the second for McGee. Team's third. Both teams have 3 team fouls. And at the line it is Ludwig, Kenzie Ludwig. Shot is up and no good. Bounces once off the rim and then falls. Grundmeyer and Izzy Olsen check back in, and Bellinger and Ford check out. McGee checks out for the Johnnies. In for her is Miranda Mayer. Shot is up from Ludwig. No good. So she goes 0 for 2 from the line, and getting the rebound are the Johnnies. Miller with the rebound there. She gives it off to Nideen. Nideen now across to Sarah Bolton. Bolton gives it to Nideen, now to Miller, back to Nideen, top of the key. She goes across the court to Sarah Bolton. Bolton tries to drive inside. She's guarded well, then gives it off to Schlepper. Schlepper now to Miller. Miller for three. That's no good. It does hit the net, but it didn't go through the net, so no good on that one, and Eagles will just watch it dribble out of bounds, and Kiernan will check in, and she'll try to inbound, but it's going to be stolen away by Miller. Miller with the steal. She tries to give it inside to Sarah Bolton, now back out to Schlepper. Schlepper to Nideen, now to Miller. Miller Looking for someone to get it off to. She goes inside to Schlepper. Schlepper tries to spin around and get off the shot, but she travels before she can even think about what she wants to do with the ball. And the ball will go back to the Eagles, leading 20-14, 5:50 to go here in the first half. And inbounding it is Elsie Larson. Larson to Kiernan. Kiernan up the court on the near side. Trying to find someone to pass to, and she will. She'll get it off now to Olsen. Olsen travels to the far side, and it is up and good from Izzy Olsen. Izzy Olsen, she just got around the defender one step and took it to the basket. Found that open lane. Put it up and in for two, 22-14, under 5.5 to go. Miller, she gets around Kiernan, puts up the shot, no good. And with the rebound is Grunmeyer. Or excuse me, that's Ludwig. Looking at the wrong name. Now Ludwig takes it to the basket. That is no good. Rebound still up for grabs, but Schlepper's going to come down with it. Schlepper comes down with it, gives it off to Nydeen. Nydeen up the court. Gives it off to Miller. Now to Schlepper on the far side. Back to Miller. Looking to go inside to Schlepper. She does. Schlepper guarded well. Now to Miller. Back outside. And this one gets to Mayer. Mayer now to Miller. Top of the key to Bolton. Bolton and Miller go back and forth. Now between her and Miller. Now inside to Schlepper. Back out to Miller. Now inside to Schlepper once again. Out to Miller. Miller for three. Nora Miller, no good on the shot. Getting the rebound was Meyer, and no good on her shot. And the rebound still up for grabs. They're fighting for it down there. Who will get it? We had a jump ball. And the possession arrow is pointing the way of the Eagles. So the Eagles will get it. 4:27 to go. 22-14. Eagles lead. Inbound here gets to Watron. Watron on the far side trying to get around the defender. That is McGee who got the steal. McGee with the steal. Gives it off to Miller and then right back. Stolen right back here by Izzy Olsen. And she takes it to the basket. It's up and no good. And then we got another rebound that was tied up, but looks like Watron got just enough of a piece of it to get possession for the Eagles to call a timeout. So they can hold on to the ball here, and they'll catch a break. Nice, smart timeout called there by East Central head coach Peter Rogotsky. Again, sometimes timeouts aren't used for, trying to settle things down or get your team to catch a breath. Sometimes it's just to make sure that you hold on to possession when you've got a jump ball. Or not a jump ball, a dual possession on the court. So the Eagles lead here 22-14 over the visiting St. John's Prep Johnnies here in this Section 5A playoff play-in game. The winner of tonight's game will move on and play on Thursday in Bram against the Bombers. And that game will be played at 7 p.m. and we'll be out there covering that game as well. Right now, the Eagles with the lead, trying to get themselves to that game on Thursday. Still just over 4 minutes left here in the first half in this game. Again, the Eagles 3-20 on the year. St. John's Prep 4-9, but St. John's Prep does not have a conference to play in, so they play less games than a lot of other teams. Oh, both teams back out there out of the timeout, and it's Morrison who will inbound to Huntington on the far side for the Eagles. Huntington gives it to Kiernan on the far side. Now she passes it to Lawson. Lawson to Huntington on the far side for three. That's the same spot she's hit the others, and that one is no good. Schlepper will get the rebound for St. John's Prep. She takes it up the court, gives it off to Miller at the top of the key. Miller, she pauses, looks for someone to go to. She waits. She wanted to pull up from three, gives it off to McGee instead. McGee, don't know if that was inside the line or it is two, so McGee for two. McGee with the two for St. John's Preps makes it 22-16. Allie Huntington keeps it alive for the Eagles. And now for Watron for three. And Carly Watron delivers the three. Makes it 25-16 now. So Watron delivers on the three for the Eagles. And the Johnnies have it. Bolton right back to Miller. Oh, nearly stolen away there by Watron. Miller trying to go inside. She tried to pass it back outside, but before she does get that one off to Sarah Bolton, she was fouled. And it looks like they'll just inbound the ball. This foul goes against Carly Watron, her second, team's fourth. 3:10 to go, 25-16, Eagles with the lead. Kate McGee inbounds the ball here to Sarah Bolton. Bolton will give it across to Miller. Miller right back to the top of the key to Bolton. Bolton now off to McGee. McGee looking for Miller, wants to go inside to Mayer. Instead, she'll drive inside, give it off to Miller. Miller wanted to pull up from three, but she's a little too far away. Thinking about her next move here. Now she decides to drive inside on Lorson, and then we're going to get, looks like another foul on East Central here. So East Central will be guilty of the foul, and Elsie Larson is the guilty Eagle. That'll be the team's fifth foul, her first. So again, McGee will inbound to Sarah Bolton, and Bolton will go inside to Schlepper, now out to Miller, back to Bolton. Bolton right back to Miller, right back to Bolton quickly to McGee, and that pass for Bolton goes behind her, but Miller right there to grab the ball and keep it on their side. And she gives it off on the far side now to Sarah Bolton. Bolton nearly watched that go out of bounds, but good job of getting it back. And now Schlepper has the pass go off her hand. Miller gets it back, though. Miller drives to the basket. It's up and no good. And then getting the rebound was Sarah Bolton. Bolton now to McGee. McGee for three is no good. Miller looks like she has the rebound. Instead, we're going to get a jump ball call, and the possession arrow favors the St. John's Prep Johnnies. 25-16, 2:08 to go here in the first half. This inbound goes to Schlepper. Schlepper top key, gives inside to Miller. Miller standing at the free throw line. Turns around, puts up the shot off the backboard and in for two for Nora Miller. Making it 25-18. Eagles have it. It's Lorson. Lorson up the court on the far side. Now gives it back to Grunmeyer, and it is stolen away by Sarah Bolton. Bolton will take it to the basket, puts the shot up, and in for two. Sarah Bolton gets the steal and makes two out of it. Eagles have it back 25-20 with a minute and a half to go. Ludwig gives inside to Olsen. Olsen will just turn around, put up the shot. That is no good, and it'll go out of bounds, and the Johnnies will get it back here and try to go and get a little bit closer to this lead the Eagles have. The Eagles had a 25-16 lead at one point, but they have since seen that go away, now down to a 5-point lead. On the far side, McGee for the Johnnies goes for three. It is no good, and a miscommunication between Meyer and Schlepper. They weren't sure who was going to get the rebound, and neither of them did, and Schlepper at the last second knew that it was going out of bounds, and they were last to touch it, but too late, and the Eagles will get it back. Checking in now for Luis Rusnick. Checks in for the Johnnies, and the Eagles have it. It's Ludwig. Ludwig on the far side, spins around, puts it back to the defender, gives it off to Olsen. Now on the far side for Huntington for three again. That's no good. Grunmeyer trying to grab the rebound. Oh, and then tearing it away from her is Miller. Grunmeyer falls to the court, and then Rusnick, no good on her shot, and getting the rebound is Ludwig for the Eagles. Ludwig has it, and she slows things down before she reaches half court. She pauses, now gives it to Olsen. Olsen back across to Huntington, now back to Grunmeyer, now to Larson. Larson for three, that is no good. Grunmeyer tries to keep it alive, and that is going to be out of bounds. Last touch by the Eagles, 26 seconds to go. Eagles lead 25-20. Miller inbounds here to McGee. McGee takes it up the court for the Johnnies. Now gives it to Miller. Miller back to McGee. McGee to Bolton. That's Sarah Bolton. Now to Miller. 14 seconds left. Miller looking. They're going to have to start getting some going. 10 seconds left. Looking maybe like they'll take the last shot here. Huntington got a hand on it, but the pass does get to McGee. 4 seconds left. 3 seconds left. 2 seconds left. And they might not get a shot off, and they do, but it's going to be well short. And the shot is no good. The last second shot there by the Johnnies is no good, and we will go to halftime with the Eagles leading here in this Section 5A playoff play-in game, 25-20. So we'll take a commercial break here. And when we come back, we'll recap the first half. And I'll go over the stat leaders for each side and also give you my thoughts on the game and some keys to the game as well. And we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors. You're listening to girls basketball right here on WCMP.
Keep it clean at Maytag Laundry with locations in North Branch, Pine City, Cambridge, and Mora. Whether you have rugs that need cleaning, quilts, or comforters, no job is too big for the machines at Maytag Laundry. Your items will look brand new. Whatever you need clean, the machines at Maytag Laundry are up for the task. So when you need to keep it clean, look to the big machines at Maytag Laundry in North Branch, Pine City, Cambridge, and Mora.
All winter long, make Petrie's Bait your one-stop shop for all your outdoor winter fun. Petrie's Bait is your ice fishing headquarters. Find the best bait in the area and all the ice fishing gear you need, from augers to fishing rods and reels, including Drosh custom rods. Snowmobilers know the best stop on the trail is Petrie's Bait. Warm up with a hot Caribou coffee and a wide variety of snacks and groceries. Shop warm weather gear and gas up before you get back onto the trails. For over 95 years, the biggest fish stories have been told at Petrie's Bait in Finlayson.
Rydberg & Sons is your local family-owned and operated excavation company. From Class 5 and custom gravel crushing to shoreline restoration, Rydberg & Sons are your guys. They'll also do grading, build site preparation, demolition, graveling of roads, and much more. Need fill? They got you covered from boulders or gravel to recycled blacktop and concrete. So whether you're building, demolishing, landscaping, or have a muddy driveway, call the crew at Rydberg & Sons at 320-629-2503. Rydberg & Sons, we move the earth.
At Sandstone Healthcare Center, they offer long-term and short-term rehab, hospice, occupational therapy, physical therapy, and speech therapy. They also have independent and assisted senior living apartments. Yes, you heard that right, senior apartments. This is truly a top-notch facility, rated a 5-star facility by CMS. Yes, 5-star rating. Visit them online at sandstonehealthcc.com or give them a call at 320-245-3150. Wanted, RNs, and many other job opportunities with competitive pay. Acquire within.
Great homes start with a sound foundation. That foundation starts with a mortgage from Northwoods Bank. Northwoods Bank is a community bank that knows the neighborhood. We have personalized home lending solutions, and with our Rapid Mortgage, apply online at northwoodsbank.com 24/7. Be approved in 20 minutes and be in your dream home sooner. Think local when it comes to your banking solutions. Northwoods Bank, we make it happen for you. Northwoods Bank is an equal housing lender and FDIC insured.
Chris's Food Center is here to help you eat better, buy more, and spend less. We have top quality meats, including Quarry Stone and house smoked meats in our meat department. Or on Friday nights, come claim a piece of our juicy hand-carved prime rib from our deli. Eat in or take out. Call ahead to place your order at 320-245-0400. Find us online to view our weekly ads at chrisfoodcenter.com. Chris's Food Center is here to help you eat better, buy more, and spend less.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Visit Town & Country Insurance today at townandcountry-ins.com or stop in our offices in Finlayson, Hinckley, and Mora.
Anderson Recycling in Sandstone wants you to know that we take and buy all types of metals. So if it makes sense to take those scrap metals in for dollars, don't be wasteful, recycle. We buy cans, copper, brass, batteries, radiators, vehicles, equipment, and catalytic converters. Anything made of metal. If you have a vehicle that needs hauling out, we will come out and get it too. At Anderson Recycling in Sandstone, you will get the best service for the best price in the area. Stop in today. Find us online or call us at 320-216-5443. Back here on 100.9 FM WCMP, the East Central Eagles lead over the St. John's Prep Johnnies 25-20 here. It was a very good first half between both of these teams. Again, 9-point lead was the largest lead for East Central, really for either side. And the Johnnies were able to go down and score 2, and then they got a steal, and they scored off of that steal and were able to make it a 5-point game here at halftime. So Again, a very good game. It looked like it might be a scoring fest here early on. Both teams really were just kind of shooting at will. It was, I think it was a 16-12 game with about 9 minutes to go. And things really cooled off here late in this first half. I mean, 9 more points for East Central and then 10 for the St. John's Prep Johnnies. But give credit to both teams. It is a Section 5 playoff play-in game for both of these teams. The winner will go on to play on Thursday, but you got to get through this game first, and so far it has, as I mentioned, been a very good one between both of these teams. Looking at the stat leaders on the other side for St. John's Prep, leading the way scoring for them was Nora Miller. She had 8 points there in that first half, and she had 7 rebounds as well, along with 2 steals. She did get 1 foul for herself, though. They had 4 first-half steals as a team, did the Johnnies, and only 3 first-half fouls. But a good first half for the Johnnies nonetheless. 5 points for Kate McGee, 3 for Jaden Nideen, and 2 for Clara Schlepper and Sarah Bolton. That is how the scoring goes for them. The other steals, McGee got 1, as did Sarah Bolton. So, again, they did take away the ball, it seemed like a couple more times, but the rebounding has been very good on the offensive side for St. John's Prep. They have done a really good job of being able to get the offensive rebound and then put the ball back up into the basket for 2 points. They've done a really good job of making sure that they crash the basket and not that they don't crash it too hard as to put themselves in a bad situation to go back on defense, but they do it just enough, and they get enough players around the basket to where they're able to crash the basket, maybe, if anything, swat the ball back out for someone to go and grab it. And usually Miller, I know, Nideen, or maybe even Sarah Bolton have been there to try and grab the ball, and they've done a good job of doing that here so far this evening, have the Johnnies, but they trailed 25-20. On the other side here for the East Central Eagles, we got 2 players with 8 points leading the way. That's Carly Watron and Allie Huntington. Both of them hit 2 threes there in that first half. So they lead the Eagles with 8 points, 5 points for Izzy Olson, and then 2 for Kenzie Ludwig and Josie Ford. So those are your scoring leaders. Rebound-wise, it was 4 for Kenzie Ludwig. She led the team. And then steals, the Eagles only got 2 steals there in that first half. 1 from Ludwig and Ludd from Olsen. And they had 5 first-half fouls, so not necessarily anything to worry about with 5 first-half fouls. A pretty clean game between both of these teams. But, of course, you don't want to get into a point where you're comfortable with fouling, because that's not the game you want to play, because then you're sending St. John's Prep to the line for more and more opportunities at free points, and you don't want to do that at all during a game, especially like this one here this evening. It is a chance at the playoffs and extending the playoffs for yourselves and getting a chance to play again this week. So for East Central, and it's a bad word to say comfortable with fouling, because you're certainly never comfortable with fouling, but you don't want to get into a spot where that, that foul doesn't bother you, or that foul doesn't matter right now, because later in the game it might. This has been a back-and-forth game. The 9-point lead the Eagles held late in the first half was the largest lead of this game. And it really doesn't even feel like it, because the Johnnies have been right there so close on the Eagles. It does certainly feel like East Central has had plenty of opportunities to pull away. But give the Johnnies credit, and it's no fault of the Eagles. The Eagles have done their job. They have done what they needed to do. But the Johnnies, you got to give them credit. They have took the ball away steals-wise 4 times, twice as many as the Eagles, and they are getting rebounds on the offensive side a lot more than the Eagles are. Right now, the Eagles aren't doing bad rebounding, but they're just not getting a lot of opportunities to get the offensive rebound. They like the perimeter game. What I'm seeing here in the first half, they like to shoot from the perimeter. They like to shoot those deep twos, and that's what they're doing so far here in this first half. And you know what? So far it's been working. Huntington, early on, it looked like, man, she might be in for quite a first half, because it just looked so smooth for her. She didn't look like she could miss, but the Johnny's defense was able to kind of corral her and cool her off a little bit, but then Watron came back with 2 of her own threes. So it's going to be a fun second half here between these 2 teams. I don't think the Eagles really need to change much on offense. I think they're doing a pretty good job. If they want, I'd say try and crash the glass a little bit more for the rebound and try and get the ball back for your team so you can, try and get another opportunity at points. That's the only thing that I would change. Then on defense, again, really don't need to change too much. Just make sure you don't let any of the Johnny shooters too wide open from three. I've noticed the Johnnies, even when they are wide open, they won't necessarily risk taking the three, but when they're, got a step or two away from the defender, then they'll think about it. But I think more, you just got to make sure that you don't leave anyone too wide open if you're the Eagles, because again, the Johnnies aren't afraid to take the shot, but they're not going to risk it either. So the halftime period of this game nearly over, and the Eagles lead 25-20. And before we get started for the Johnnies, I think for them, you gotta make sure that your transition defense is getting back quick, because I noticed the Eagles have been using that. They've been getting up the court quickly and have kind of been using that to their advantage, kind of getting the Johnnies defense to reel behind them, and then all of a sudden the Johnnies are just a step behind, and the Eagles are able to set up their offense, get one, maybe two passes across the court, and boom, they're getting a shot off. So if I'm the Johnnies, I want to settle things down right now and cool the Eagles offense off. 18 minutes back up on the scoreboard to start the second half. 25-20 Eagles with the lead. And they'll get to start the second half with the ball. With it is Ludwig. Ludwig gives it across to Huntington. On the far side is Grunmeyer. Grunmeyer back to Huntington. Huntington now back to Ludwig. Ludwig back to Huntington. Inside to Olsen. Olsen trying to give it back, and she goes by. I don't even know if she's seen that pass, but gets it over her back to Ludwig, and Ludwig puts up the shot. No good. And as she puts up the shot again, she was fouled, and she'll be at the line to shoot two. Early foul here in the second half, and it's going to be the third for Kate McGee. So, unfortunately, she might have to check out sooner rather than later. Ludwig's first shot is up and no good. McGee does check out of the game. Sarah Bolton checks in for her. And Ludwig trying to make the second shot. Here she does. Goes off the front of the rim and ig. So Ludwig makes one of two, and it's 26-20. Eagles still with the lead. Johnny's taking it up court, and Nora Miller has it, and she'll give it back to Nadine. Nadine guarded here by Ludwig. She gives it off to Amanda Bolton. Amanda Bolton tries to get around the defender Grunmeyer, but she'll have to give it back to Sarah. Now to Schlepper. Now out to Amanda. Now inside to Nora Miller. Miller tries to get around the defender Izzy Olsen. She puts up the shot underneath the hand of Olsen, and she gets it up and in for two. Makes it 26-20. Or excuse me, 26-22. On the other side, it's Ludwig. Ludwig brings it back to the top of the key. She passes it off to Watron. Watron thought about three, but the defender right there. Now to Olsen. Olsen trying to drive inside. It goes off of her knee, but there to get it back is Watron. She passes it out to Grunmeyer, and who puts it up and in for two. Nice job there. Good job being good teammates and good awareness by the Eagles just to make sure the Johnnies didn't get that ball. Now the Johnnies going to start getting back up on offense quickly like the Eagles did, taking a page out of the Eagles playbook, and then Miller takes it to the basket, puts it up and in for two, and kind of like the start of the first half, all of a sudden, we're into a shootout. Watron bumped a little bit, but she gets it up to Olsen. Olsen stops at the three-point line on the near side, gives it off to Huntington. Don't know if that was a long two or three, but she misses, and now it's poked out from behind, and going to come up with the steal is Izzy Olsen. Across the court, shot up by Watron is no good, and rebounded there by Schlepper. She gives it off to Nadine. Now back to Schlepper. Schlepper tries to drive inside, back to the defender. She puts up the shot. It is no good, but before the shot could be up, it was a travel by Schlepper, so the Eagles will get it back, leading 28-24. 2 minutes off the clock here in the second half. Huntington inbounds to Ludwig. Ludwig trying to get around the defender. She's guarded well, and then, oh my goodness, kind of like a tackle. Sarah Bolton just goes down below to get the steal, and then it's stolen right back by Olsen. Looked like Sarah Bolton was kind of setting up for a tackle there. She got the steal, and then Izzy Olsen came right back to get the ball back for the Eagles, and now we get a jump ball as they tie it up, and the possession arrow favors the St. John's Prep Johnnies. My goodness. Nadine inbounds here to Schlepper. No good on the shot, and getting the rebound. Could not see the number. I believe that's Nadine. Nadine gets the rebound, and then trying to get the steal was Watron, but They're going to say she got her foot on the ball. A kickball call, and St. John's Prep will catch a break. 28-24, 15:36 to go. Inbounded on the far side for Amanda Bolton. That shot is up and no good from 3. Rebounded by Watron. Watron will take it up the court on the near side. She nearly loses the ball. She gives it back to Olsen, though. Olsen waiting for the offense to set up. Gives it off to Grunmeyer. Grunmeyer will dribble it inside. Now gives it back to Watron. Watron out at the top of the key for Larson. Larson tries to drive inside. She stops, gives it back to Olsen. Olsen over her back to Ludwig. Ludwig gives it to Watron. Watron wasn't expecting that one. She thought it was going to Olsen. Now to Larson. Larson on the near side elbow for 3. That's good! Elsie Larson for 3 makes it 31-24. And now the Johnnies have it up the court. Schlepper gives it back to Nadine. Nadine just towards the top of the key. Now wants to go far side. Instead gives it off to Amanda Bolton. Now inside to Schlepper. Schlepper back to Nadine. Nadine tried to get around. Watching, she got a screen. That pass for Amanda Bolton just over her hand. And it will go out of bounds, and the Eagles will get the ball back. 14:39 to go. And the Eagles get the ball back. It'll be Larson on the boundary getting set to inbound. Jemmy Kiernan checks in for Watron. Larson gets the inbound up to Josie Ford, and now off to Grunmeyer. Jemmy Kiernan with the shot up and no good. Rebounded there by Miranda Meyer. And now she'll give it off to Schlepper. Schlepper gives it off to Miller. Miller just steps inside the three-point line. Shot is up and no good. Swatted back out, but the rebound going to be to Bolton. Bolton now to Schlepper for 2. That is in and out. He went about halfway down and then out, but getting the rebound was Amanda Bolton. Now shot is up and no good once again. Meyer getting the rebound this time for the Johnnies off the shot, and looks like we get a foul on the Eagles. That's going to go against Larson, her second, team's first of the second half. 31-24, and Miranda Meyer at the line to shoot 2. First one's up and good. Meyer makes it 31-25. We'll get a substitution here. Lori Grunmeyer checks out. In for her is Izzy Olsen. 31-25, 14:08 to go here in the second half. Miranda Meyer made her first. And misses the second. Rebound will be grabbed there by Larson. 31-25 is the score. Eagles with the lead. Jemmy Kiernan on the far side gets the pass from Larson. Now back to Larson. Gives it off to Olsen. Izzy Olsen stands at the top of the key. She waits. Finds an open Ludwig. Ludwig going towards the top of the key. Stands at the East Central logo. Gives it off to Larson on the far side elbow. Larson tries to drive inside. Now passes it back to Josie Ford. Josie Ford for 3. That's just off the mark. And getting the rebound is Nora Miller. Good box out by her. Quickly up the court, she gives it off to Sarah Bolton, and then looks like we're going to get a double dribble by the Johnnies. And the ball will go back to the Eagles. That was Sarah Bolton with the double dribble, and it's 31-25, 13:33 to go. This inbound is going to be stolen away by Nora Miller, and she drives inside, puts up a hook shot that is no good, and getting the rebound was Miranda Meyer, and then her shot is no good, and we got a tie-up on the rebound, and the possession arrow favors the Eagles. So the Eagles should be inbounding this one. The Johnnies got the last jump ball, so this should be the Eagles, and they correct it, so the Eagles will be getting to inbound. Larson trying to find someone. She's going to have to get it off quickly. She does. Tries to lob it to Ludwig. Ludwig comes down with it. She's guarded well. Now tries to get it up court. She's guarded by Miller. She picks up her dribble, gives it back to Ford, and now to Izzy Olsen. Izzy Olsen finds a lane around the defender, gives it underneath, and now up. The shot is no good from Larson, and it's rebounded there by Schlepper. Schlepper will give it off to Miller. Now to Schlepper on the near side. She drifts towards the free throw line, gives it back out to Sarah Bolton. Now to Meyer. Meyer tries to get around Larson. Larson nearly got the steal, but instead gives it off to Bolton. Now back to Meyer in the far side corner, and that's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Larson. Larson did a good job to poke that one away from Meyer, but it goes out of bounds. Checking out is Ludwig. In for her is Carly Watron. 12:50 to go, 31-25. Eagles lead. Nora Miller inbounds here to Amanda Bolton for 2. That's no good. And getting the rebound is Carly Watron. Now she gives it up the court to Kiernan, and she could not handle it cleanly. And getting the steal is Amanda Bolton. And now gives it off to Sarah Bolton. Now to Meyer for a long 2. That's no good. Rebound up for grabs. Getting it back is Amanda Bolton. Now gives it to Miller. Miller back to Bolton. It goes through her hands, but she gets it back. Corrals it, gives it off to Sarah Bolton. Now going inside for Schlepper. Schlepper lets the defender get around her, and then she puts it up and in for 2. Schlepper with a smart play there, letting the defender get around, and then puts up the shot. Now Larson trying to take it up court, bumps bodies with the defender. She goes the different way, now towards the far side, gives it off to Watron. Watron trying to get around the defender. She drives inside, puts up the shot. Oh, and then she got fouled by Nora Miller. Looked like maybe she got an elbow to the face. She's okay, though, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2. That foul going to go against Miller, her second, team second of the second half. Carly Watron at the line to shoot 2. First one, no good. Josie Ford checks out. In for her is Allie Huntington. 12:02 to go, 31-27. Eagles with the lead. Gone a little bit cold since the hot start to the second half. But a made free throw right there from Carly Watron could start things up again. So she goes 1 for 2 from the line, but extends the lead 32-27. Just under 12 minutes to go. Miller with it. She drifts towards the far side. Now back to the top of the key. Drives inside. Almost a travel as she nearly picked up that plant foot. Now gives it back out to Meyer. Meyer on the far side, drifting into the far side corner, trying to get underneath the basket. She has that one out of bounds off of her own hand, and the Eagles will get it back. Lorson inbounds here to Watron. Watron has this one poked out by Amanda Bolton, excuse me. Watron will get set to inbound. She's looking, wants Kiernan. She gets it into Kiernan. Kiernan, she's guarded well by Miller, and behind her, Bolton, and they're going to call a jump ball. Oh, I don't know. Didn't look like the defender had armor on the ball, but either way, St. John's Prep will get it back, and it's Nora Miller. Miller at the East Central logo. Takes a couple steps towards the perimeter, and now picks up her dribble. Gives it off on the far side to Schlepper. Schlepper trying to get around one defender. Makes her own teammate fall, but she's up. That was Amanda Bolton. She gives it back to Miller on the far side. Miller's going to take this back out towards half court now. Calling out the offense, trying to reset things. Looking for a screen. She can't get it. Nice job there by Ludwig. Or excuse me, that's Izzy Olsen to get around the screen. Now this time Kiernan trying to work on Miller. Miller can't get past Kiernan. She gives it back out. Trying to give it back out. She looked like she had her teammate open, but now gives it to Schlepper. Schlepper trying to keep it alive. She gives it to Miller. Miller for a long 2 is no good. Miranda Meyer comes up with the rebound and then stolen away here by Carly Watron. Watron nearly had that one stolen away. Gives it to Olsen. Now back to Watron. Watron goes across the court, far side to Huntington. Huntington for 3 off the front of the rim, no good. Miller comes down with the rebound. Looks like Jemmy Kiernan might have gotten the steal, and we're going to get a foul. So Jemmy Kiernan does get the steal, and then the foul on Miller. That'll be her third, team's third. Eagles will inbound it on their own offensive side. It's Huntington who pauses, gives it in to Olsen. Now to Ludwig, to Lorson. Lorson, she's going to put it up from 3. That's on the mark, just no good. And getting the rebound is Huntington from 3 from the corner. That one is blocked. So no good on the shot as it was blocked by the defender. Now Miller has it for the Johnny. She steps inside, goes up for 2, no good, gets her own rebound, passes it back out. Now to Amanda Bolton, now inside to Miranda Mayer, and she puts it up and in for 2. (32-29). Eagles with it on their offensive zone. Ludwig has it top of the key, gives it up across to Watron. Now to Izzy Olsen, back to Ludwig. Ludwig goes inside to Huntington. Huntington tried to go for the shot, but she's seen the defenders around her. Now inside to Olsen. Olsen nearly lost it. She takes it to the basket. It's no good. Oh, and they're going to get her for Double dribble. Double dribble called on Olsen, and she'll go to the bench area for a break. Under 9.5 minutes to go here in the second half. Eagles lead 32-29 over the St. John's Prep Johnnies. Miranda Mayer has it nearly poked out. It is poked out. Stolen away by Larson. And that is a foul on the Johnnies. That is going to go against Sarah Bolton. Her first, team's fourth. Sylvie Bechtold checks in for the Johnnies, and getting the rebound here off the missed shot is Watrin. She gives out to Larson. Larson now to Ludwig. Ludwig on the far side, guarded, double team. Now gives it back out to Huntington. Huntington over the defender for three. Allie Huntington for three, and that makes it 35-29. Nora Miller gives it out now to Amanda Bolton for three. No good on her chance. Schlepper gets the rebound. And we're going to get a foul here on the Eagles. It'll be their second team foul of the second half, and the third on Elsie Larson. Larson will check out, and in for her will be Mason Bellinger. Johnnies will inbound. It's inbounded here to Schlepper. Now to Miller. Miller gets the pass. She puts the shot up. It's no good, but she winds up going and getting her own rebound. Tries to give it inside to Schlepper, and then it's stolen away by Mason Bellinger. Back out to Watrin. Now to Ludwig. Ludwig fakes a three, drives inside, gets around one defender, puts it up, and the unkind roll on the ball, and then it is going to go off of a Johnny's defender out of bounds, so the Eagles catch a break there. What a move by Ludwig to get around not one, but two defenders. And it looks like we're going to get a timeout called here by the St. John's Prep Johnnies. So while they take a timeout, we'll take a timeout as well. You're listening to girls basketball right here on WCMP.
Getting a tax refund? One of the best places to invest is in your own home with new countertops from Northwoods Granite. Whether you're staying in your home or thinking about selling, updating your kitchen or bathroom is a great way to freshen up your space for you and your family. Specializing in granite, quartz, marble, and soapstone, professional craftsmen will ensure the finest installation and meet almost any budget. At Northwoods Granite, the price is right and the quality shows. Visit the Northwoods Granite showroom in Ask Cove or online at northwoodsgranite.com.
100.9 FM WCMP, the home for tonight's girls 5 single A playoff play-in game between the East Central Eagles and the St. John's Prep Johnnies. The winner of this game will play on Friday in Bram against the Bombers in the Section 5A East. The East home to the Eagles, the Bombers, the Ogilvie Lions, and the Mille Lacs Raiders. In this game, the East Central Eagles lead the St. John's Prep Johnnies 35-29. And out of the timeout, both teams back on the court. Huntington getting set to inbound for the Eagles. She's going to have to get it in quickly. Almost 5 seconds, but nice job getting in just in time to Mason Bellinger. Now to Watrin. Now to Grunmeyer. Grunmeyer drives inside. Her shot is up and was tipped, but then she gets the shot up. No good. Bellinger gets the rebound, puts it up and in for two. Nice job by Bellinger right there to be aware and watch that ball where it went and where it was going. To come up with the rebound and put it back in for two. Now the Johnnies have it on their offensive side. It's Sarah Bolton. Now off to Sylvie Bechtold. Now inside, trying to go up for two. That shot is no good from Sarah Bolton, and then coming down with the rebound was Grunmeyer, and as she dribbled out of there, she was fouled. That foul going to go against Sarah Bolton, her second. Team's fifth, 37-29. The Eagles lead, 7:36 to go. Huntington will inbound. She'll get it to Watron. Watron's going to let the defense go by and then start to take it up court. She's drifting towards the near side. She picks up her dribble. Maybe a little bit too soon, but gives it off to Huntington. Huntington takes it a couple steps closer to the perimeter. Now gives it to Watron. Watron watches Huntington go by behind her. Then she goes to the basket, puts up a shot. It's no good. That rebound was swatted by Bellinger back, but it goes right to Schlepper for the rebound. And Miller will take it up the court. Off to Schlepper now on the near side. All the way across court to McGee. McGee gives it inside to Miller. Miller trying to drive in. And oh, it was swatted by Ludwig, but they're going to get her for a foul. I'll give her the block anyway. She deserves it. And Ludwig gets the foul called on her. Team's third, her first, and Miller at the line to shoot 2. The first one is up and good from Nora Miller. That makes it 37-30. Jaden Nideen checks into the game for Sylvia Bechtold. And Miller made the first and makes the second. So Miller goes 2 for 2 from the line, makes it 37-31. Inbound quickly to Ludwig. Ludwig on the far side, going up the court, makes the defender stop on a dime and slip just a little bit. Watron with it, now gives it off, and the shot no good from Bellinger, rebounded by Schlepper. Schlepper gets the rebound, and she gives it off to Nideen up the court. Gives it right back to McGee on the far side. Now to Miller, top of the key. Gives it to McGee. McGee for 3. That is off the mark. And trying to go after the rebound was Huntington. And she'll be the last one to touch it out of bounds. And the Johnnies will take over. Get a couple more substitutions. Izzy Olsen checks into the game along with Rena Zutke. Grunmeyer and Bellinger check out for the Eagles. It's Nideen who looks to inbound for the Johnnies. She inbounds here to McGee. McGee on the near side, trying to drift back towards the top of the key. She gets a screen from Sarah Bolton. Now she drives inside, picks up her dribble, gives it off to Nideen on the near side for 3. That is no good. And Huntington comes up with the rebound here for the Eagles. She gives it off to Olsen. Olsen on the near side, takes it up the court. She lets the defense get past. She picks up her dribble, gives it off on the far side to Ludwig. Ludwig wanted to go top the key to Huntington. Instead, we'll give it to Zutke. Zutke on the far side now gives it to Ludwig. Ludwig will back things up and kind of reset the offense. She takes it, gives it off in the far side corner to Zutke. Now to the top of the key to Huntington. Huntington tips it down to herself, then gives it to Olsen. Olsen wanting to go to Watron. She does. Now to Huntington. Huntington will dribble things back to the top. He wanted the 3, but Nideen was right there. Now to Olsen. Now to Zutke. Has that one blocked by McGee. And McGee will get the steal plus a block. And up the court goes McGee. She'll wait, give it back to Miller. She waits for offense to get back. Smart move. Now McGee for 3. And that is good from Kate McGee. Kate McGee going to make this a 3-point game, 37-34 with that 3. 5.5 to go. Watron takes it up the court quickly, stops, gives it back to Huntington. Huntington, nice one-hand grab, steps up for long 2. That's no good, and getting the rebound was McGee. McGee right there waiting the rebound. She's guarded now by Zotke, and McGee will watch Zotke kind of drift off of her and go up the court to get set up on defense. Now to Miller at the top of the key. Miller drives inside, puts up the shot. It lobbed it a little bit too much, and the rebound going to go to Zutke. She gives it off to Olsen. Olsen up the court on the near side. Bounce pass to Huntington. Huntington takes a breath, shoots the 3. Oh, it's no good. And Izzy Olsen thought that was going to go in, but as she went past Schlepper, who got the rebound, she realized, oh my goodness, it didn't fall. And like myself, I thought it was going to go in as well, but no good on the shot. 37-34, under 5 minutes to go. Johnnies have come back and made this a 3-point game. Kate McGee on the far side gives it inside to Miller. Miller turns around, puts up the shot. A little bit too much on that one, and it's no good. Getting the rebound is Ludwig. Ludwig will kind of jog up the court and waste a little bit of time. And then she gives it up on the far side to Watron, and now it looks like we'll get a timeout here. Timeout on the court. It's going to be a full timeout, and while the Eagles take a timeout, we'll take one as well. You're listening to girls basketball on 100.9 FM WCMP.
When you're ready to get engaged, make sure to shop Chilson Jewelers in downtown Cambridge for a wide variety of both natural and lab-grown diamonds. Why a lab-grown diamond? Lab-grown diamonds are eco-friendly and have all the same characteristics as natural diamonds. Plus, you could save up to 50% by choosing a lab-grown diamond for your center stone. When you're ready to take the next step in your relationship, find the perfect natural or lab-grown diamond at Chilson Jewelers, your custom design specialist in downtown Cambridge.
WCMP, the East Central Eagles lead over the St. John's Prep Johnnies 37-34 in the Section 5A play-in game. Section 5A East. Eagles trying to advance to the next round on Thursday. They hold a 3-point lead right now over the Johnnies. It's been an interesting game. East Central came out and both these teams kind of went to a shootout in the beginning of the first half. Then things kind of cooled off towards the end of it. East Central went to the half with a 25-20 lead, and since then, it was to start the second half, things really opened up quickly for both teams. They were, again, it looked like it was going to be a shootout here in the second half, but things have cooled off since. And the Eagles haven't found any rhythm here on offense, but now Jemmy Kiernan looking to start things, and her three is no good. Rebounded by Schlepper. And now up the court go the Johnnies. Kate McGee on the far side, passes to Miller. Miller at the top of the key, goes to Nidine. Nidine for three, no good. Rebounded by Miller. Miller takes a couple steps in, no good. And then this is rebounded here by Larson. Larson will give it off to Ludwig. Ludwig on the near side, gives it off to Watron. Watron back to Ludwig, now to Larson in the far side for Jemmy Kiernan. Kiernan makes the defender miss, drives inside, puts up the shot just a little too much on that one, and that is going to go out of bounds. Last touched by the Johnnies Schlepper. So the Eagles will hold on to it. A 3-point lead here, 3:42 to go, and getting closer and closer to finish this one. The inbound is stolen by McGee. Stolen away on the inbound by McGee. She'll give it off to Nidine. Nidine stops, gives it off to Miller. Miller for three, no good. And the Eagles will just watch that one bounce out of bounds, and they'll take back possession. Sometimes it's just better to watch it bounce out of bounds, because if you go after the rebound, it can slip out of your hands, go out of bounds, and then all of a sudden you give the other team life once again. This inbound nearly stolen away by Sarah Bolton, but gets to Ludwig. Ludwig, she's guarded well, double team, gives it off to Larson. Larson now to Watron on the far side. Watron holds the ball above her head, now gives it to Larson. Larson now to Ludwig. Ludwig wanted Larson, and now she fakes the pass one way. Drifts towards the top of the key, nearly stolen away by Bolton again. Now off to Jemmy Kiernan on the near side, right back to Ludwig. Ludwig, she's double team, gets through the double team, now drives to the basket, puts up the shot. It was blocked, but gonna get a foul here on the Johnnies. This foul is going to go against Miller. That's her fourth. Team sixth, so now she's going to have to be careful for the rest of this game. 3:04 to go. Ludwig at the line to shoot two. No good on the first. Score remains 37-34. Grunmeyer checks in for Jemmy Kiernan. Ludwig, second shot is up and good. She makes one of two, and it's 38-34. If anything, you make it a two-possession game now. McGee with it, passes it across to Sarah Bolton, now to Miller. Miller fakes it one way, goes back to Bolton here on the near side, now inside to Schlepper. Schlepper puts up the shot, spin, oh no. She spun around and put up the shot, but gonna get a foul here on East Central, it looks like. This one going to go against Olsen, her first. And it's Schlepper at the line to shoot two. Off the backboard and in for Schlepper to make it 38-35. Shot is up, off the backboard, no good this time. Schlepper makes one of two, but getting the rebound is Miller. And she gives it back out to Schlepper. Now top of the key to Nidine. Now back to Schlepper. Schlepper on the near side. She's guarded. Trying to drive inside. She gets double teamed. Now back out to McGee. McGee on the far side. Outside the perimeter. Passes it to Miller. Miller's going to drive inside. She puts up the shot off the backboard. No good. And the rebound grabbed there by Izzy Olsen. Olsen up the court with it. Gives it off to Larson. Larson has Ludwig behind her, but instead gives off to Watron on the far side. Now the far side corner to Grunmeyer. Grunmeyer fakes the pass, gives it back to Watron. Watron Towards the top of the key, gives it to Olsen. Olsen wants to drive inside herself, gets the shot up and in for two. Izzy Olsen with an important two there. Makes it 40-35. A 5-point game, again a 2-possession game for the Eagles with 2:07 to go. And we get a timeout here by the Johnnies. And while they take one, we'll take one as well.
East Central Public Schools, where your future is our focus. At East Central, we strive to build positive connections with every student that walks into our school. We are committed to knowing our students, to help them grow into the best versions of themselves. This is a school where every student can belong. East Central offers a wide array of options for our students both in and out of the classroom to learn and grow into productive, contributing, service-minded citizens. East Central Schools, your future is our focus. Go Eagles!
Timeout called there by St. John's Prep. The Johnnies. The Eagles have the lead over the Johnnies right now, 40-35 with 2:07 to go in this Section 5A play-in game. And again, the winner will play on Thursday. So a chance to continue on in the playoffs and try and make a run. But you have to win here tonight. Both teams coming back out onto the court, onto that timeout. The Eagles will get set right away on defense as the Johnnies will inbound. Bolton inbounds to Nydeen, and Nydeen will jog it up the court. Now on the offensive side, gives it off to McGee. McGee in the corner to Nora Miller on the near side. Miller drifting around, goes towards the top of the key, bounce pass to McGee on the far side. Now tries to go inside to Miller. Miller gets it, spins around, puts up the shot, no good. It's going to be taken by Ludwig. Ludwig will jog it up the court, just trying to waste some clock. She's guarded by Sarah Bolton. Spins around, gives it off to Lorson now. Lorson almost had that one stolen away, but she gets it back. Smart job. And just a good job being aware of where the ball is at. Now to Izzy Olsen at the top of the key. Izzy Olsen drives inside. No look pass to Ludwig. Ludwig on the near side. Drifts towards the top of the key herself. Gives it off to Huntington. Huntington gives it to Olsen. Olsen. And I don't know if we got a timeout or a foul. We get a foul here. That'll be the 7th. That'll put the Eagles in the bonus. And that is the 3rd for Sarah Bolton. So going to the line to shoot a 1-and-1 is Izzy Olsen. .122 to go in the game. Izzy Olsen at the line for a 1-and-1. Shot is up and no good, and getting the rebound is Miller. I thought she might have stepped on the line, but she did not. She was able to balance herself on the boundary line, tiptoe. Now up the court to Nydeen, now across court to McGee. McGee thought about three. I thought she could have had it, but instead she'll go inside to Schlepper. Schlepper looking for the turnaround. Instead, that is nearly stolen away by Huntington. Schlepper got it back, and it looks like we're going to get a foul on East Central. Well, Huntington almost got the steal, and then she was bumped by a Johnny, but they're going to call the foul on Watron, her 3rd. So I think they're going to say Watron got in the way and bumped a little too much. McGee on the shot from 3 is no good, but getting the rebound there is Amanda Bolton. And she'll get the pass on the far side for 3, and that shot is no good. Watron comes up with it for the Eagles, and she'll be fouled, and she'll go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. Under 50 seconds to go in this game, 49 to be exact. And Carly Watron, no, it's going to be Ludwig, looks like. Ludwig will go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1 opportunity for the Eagles, who lead 40-35. And we're in for a fun last 50 seconds here, ladies and gentlemen. Only a 5-point game, and we've seen that both of these teams can score very, very quickly when they want to. Ludwig at the line. First shot is up and good. Ludwig extends the lead now to 6. She makes them both. Kenzie Ludwig makes it a 42-35 game. Johnnies will go up the court, but before they reach half court, Their head coach is going to call a timeout with 47 seconds to go. 7-point game. The Eagles lead. A 30-second timeout called by the Johnnies. 42-35. The East Central leads over the St. John's Prep Johnnies. Come all the way over from on the outskirts of St. Cloud. Collegeville, I believe, is the town name. They made a long trip here tonight, and that bus ride back has always got to be tough. I mean, it's better with a win, but I always hated bus rides. I always hated riding the bus, whether it was for football or wherever I was going. The bus rides always felt too long. Even if it was just to the next city away from us, it always felt way too long. Right now, the Eagles at home with the lead over the Johnnies, 42-35, 47.9 seconds to go. Nadine gets the inbound. She has a pass up court, looking across court now to Sarah Bolton, who nearly sees that one go just behind her for a turnover, and then she's going to get called for a double dribble, and the ball is going to go back to East Central. So they watched 9 seconds go off the clock there, and then Sarah Bolton unfortunately double dribbled. So East Central is going to get the ball back. Ludwig on the far side, trying to get around the defender and waste as much time as she can. The ball was poked out by Sarah Bolton, and then looks like we get a jump ball call. And on the inbound to Watron, she's going to be fouled, and she's going to go to the line and shoot a 1-and-1. Fourth foul on Sarah Bolton. Still in the bonus. Are the Eagles one more foul on St. John's Prep? Will put them in the double bonus. Watron at the line to shoot a 1-and-1. Watron's first one is no good, rebounded by Miller. Miller quickly up the court to Kate McGee for three. Off the front of the rim, no good. And then Watron gets the rebound, and she'll be fouled as she nears half court with the time reading 21.8 seconds to go. Score remains 42-35. So now Watron will be at the line to shoot two. This foul goes against Nadine. Her first, team's at 10th. Watron's first one is up and good, 43-35. And Watron could make it a 9-point game with this one. And no good, but Schlepper going to watch that one roll out of bounds, and her team will get the ball back down by 8 with 21.8 seconds to go. Sarah Bolton, I think, probably just should roll this one in. No, they won't. They'll inbound it to Nadine quickly. Back to McGee, now to Nadine. Too much time being wasted here between passes, and you've got to get a shot off quickly with 13 seconds left, and it's not, I mean, give credit to East Central's defense. And now a double dribble by Kate McGee, so the ball will go back to East Central, and they're on their way to a win here at home in this play-in game against St. John's Prep. 10.6 seconds to go, and I've seen a lot of crazy things happen, but I don't know if St. John's Prep is going to get that many points in now. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second stolen by Schlepper. The pass, and the shot is up, no good. So Schlepper will get a final steal here to end the game, but the shot is up and no good, and the Eagles will get the victory here in this game, 43-35. We'll take a quick break and hear a word from some of our fine sponsors, and when we come back, I'll recap this game, let you know what's coming up for our broadcast here this week on WCMP, and also what's coming up next for East Central. You're listening to girls basketball, the Section 5A play-in game here on 100.9 FM WCMP.
Jensen Tractor Sales and Service in Ascove has been family-owned since 1984. Redefining what comes standard, we offer Ellis tractors and have them in stock. We also carry Vermeer equipment. Equipped to do more is the Vermeer Promise. We service all makes and models of farm equipment. We even offer hauling your equipment into our service center. We have over 20 acres of salvage. Stop in today at Jensen Tractor Sales and Service in Ascove. Find us on Facebook or call us at 320-838-3453.
Experience pure performance and exhilarating power with the full line of Yamaha YZ 2-stroke bikes. Visit Larson Cycle today to explore what's new for 2022. The revised YZ125 makes for the perfect step-up machine, featuring an all-new engine, revised 6-speed transmission, new brakes and suspension settings, improved rider ergonomics with a new aggressive styling, and more. The YZ250 also delivers improved rider ergonomics, new front and rear brakes, updated suspension settings, and aggressive styling. For a truly race-inspired look, check out the YZ250 and YZ125 Monster Energy Yamaha Racing Editions. And for the next generation of riders, YZ65, YZ85, and the YZ85LW deliver big specs in a smaller package. Visit Larson Cycle, find your Yamaha YZ, and enter the victory zone today. Dress properly for your ride with a helmet, eye protection, riding jacket, or long sleeve shirt, long pants, gloves, and boots. Do not drink and ride. It is illegal and dangerous.
At Matt Sanitation, we care about the quality of your residential and commercial waste removal. Locally owned and operated, Matt's prides itself on prompt and courteous service. Matt's also accepts requests for bulk or large item removal in addition to weekly pickup services. We want to help our communities stay clean because we live here too. Matt Sanitation wants to add you to their growing list of satisfied customers. To find out more about residential or commercial options, contact Matt Sanitation in Hinckley at 320-384-7137.
Insurance. It's something you don't want to think about, something you hope you don't have to use, and it's something you definitely don't want to overpay for. Are your rates too high? That's where Bozeman Newton Insurance Agency can help. If you haven't shopped around for insurance for a while, you may be shocked to find out how much you're overpaying every month on your insurance. Let Bozeman Newton Insurance Agency help you find the best rate for your auto, home, business, recreational, or life insurance. Rates too high? Call or visit Bozeman Newton Insurance Agency today.
Keep it clean at Maytag Laundry, with locations in North Branch, Pine City, Cambridge, and Mora. Whether you have rugs that need cleaning, quilts, or comforters, no job is too big for the machines at Maytag Laundry. Your items will look brand new. Whatever you need clean, the machines at Maytag Laundry are up for the task. So when you need to keep it clean, look to the big machines at Maytag Laundry in North Branch, Pine City, Cambridge, and Mora.
All winter long, make Petrie's Bait your one-stop shop for all your outdoor winter fun. Petrie's Bait is your ice fishing headquarters. Find the best bait in the area and all the ice fishing gear you need, from augers to fishing rods and reels, including Drosh custom rods. Snowmobilers know the best stop on the trail is Petrie's Bait. Warm up with a hot Caribou coffee and a wide variety of snacks and groceries. Shop warm weather gear and gas up before you get back onto the trails. For over 95 years, the biggest fish stories have been told at Petrie's Bait in Finlayson.
Rydberg & Sons is your local family-owned and operated excavation company. From Class 5 and custom gravel crushing to shoreline restoration, Rydberg & Sons are your guys. They'll also do grading, build site preparation, demolition, graveling of roads, and much more. Need fill? They got you covered from boulders or gravel to recycled blacktop and concrete. So whether you're building, demolishing, landscaping, or have a muddy driveway, call the crew at Rydberg & Sons at 320-629-2503. Rydberg & Sons, we move the earth.
At Sandstone Healthcare Center, they offer long-term and short-term rehab, hospice, occupational therapy, physical therapy, and speech therapy. They also have independent and assisted senior living apartments. Yes, you heard that right, senior apartments. This is truly a top-notch facility, rated a 5-star facility by CMS. Yes, 5-star rating. Visit them online at sandstonehealthcc.com or give them a call at 320-245-3150. Wanted, RNs, and many other job opportunities with competitive pay. Acquire within.
Great homes start with a sound foundation. That foundation starts with the mortgage from Northwoods Bank. Northwoods Bank is a community bank that knows the neighborhood. We have personalized home lending solutions, and with our Rapid Mortgage, apply online at northwoodsbank.com 24/7. Be approved in 20 minutes and be in your dream home sooner. Think local when it comes to your banking solutions. Northwoods Bank, we make it happen for you. Northwoods Bank is an equal housing lender and FDIC insured.
Chris's Food Center is here to help you eat better, buy more, and spend less. We have top quality meats, including Quarry Stone and house smoked meats in our meat department. Or on Friday nights, come claim a piece of our juicy hand-carved prime rib from our deli. Eat in or take out. Call ahead to place your order at 320-245-0400. Find us online to view our weekly ads at chrisfoodcenter.com. Chris's Food Center is here to help you eat better, buy more, and spend less.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Visit Town & Country Insurance today at townandcountry-ins.com or stop in our offices in Finlayson, Hinckley, and Mora.
Anderson Recycling in Sandstone wants you to know that we take and buy all types of metals. So if it makes sense to take those scrap metals in for dollars, don't be wasteful. Recycle. We buy cans, copper, brass, batteries, radiators, vehicles, equipment, and catalytic converters. Anything made of metal. If you have a vehicle that needs hauling out, we will come out and get it too. At Anderson Recycling in Sandstone, you will get the best service for the best price in the area. Stop in today. Find us online or call us at 320-216-5443. Back here on WCMP, the East Central Eagles get the victory over the St. John's Prep Johnnies 43-35. Leading the way on the St. John's Prep side, scoring-wise, was Nora Miller. She had 14 points and 15 rebounds, and these are unofficial stats that I try to keep myself with keeping up with the game, so these may not be 100% accurate, but they're as best as I can do. But the unofficial stats for Nora Miller, 14 points and 15 rebounds on the night. So she had herself quite the night, did Nora Miller. Again, 14 points, and 15 rebounds. Then it was Kate McGee with 8 points. She hit a 3 here in the second half. 5 points for Clara Schlepper with 5. And then Miranda Mayer with 3, along with Jaden Niding, excuse me if I can speak, and then Sarah Bolton with 2 points. And Clara Schlepper, she had 11 rebounds along with her 5 points. So those two, Schlepper and Miller, were rebound machines tonight for the St. John's Prep Johnnies, and it looked like because a lot of them, they were getting on the offensive side of the play, and that really changed here in the second half. Now, Nora Miller got a bunch of rebounds still, but a lot of them came on the defensive side, not so much on the offensive side like they got in the first half. And give credit to East Central. They corrected that in the second half and got a bunch more rebounds on the defensive side. They had 6 second-half steals, did the Johnnies, so improving from 4 in the first to 6 in the second half. That gives them 10 total and 10 second-half fouls. They started to foul late because to try and send the Eagles to the free throw line. That gives them 13 total on the night. They did have a couple close to fouling out, but they did a good job to make sure that they didn't foul out and keep themselves alive in the game. On the side for the East Central Eagles, leading the way for them was Allie Huntington with 11 points, Carly Watron with 10, 7 for Izzy Olson, 6 for Kenzie Ludwig. Then he had 3 for Elsie Larson, 2 for Josie Ford, Mason Bellinger, and Lori Grundmeyer. So a bunch of players got on the board for them. Leading them in rebounds, though, was Kenzie Ludwig with 8. 3 steals for Izzy Olson, and 2 of them came in the second half. They had 6 second-half steals and 2 in the first, and they had 5 fouls in each half, giving them 10 on the night. So a very clean game for the East Central Eagles on the night as they get the victory 43-35. And the St. John's Prep Johnnies, they'll be back. They've got a young team. The only senior is Nideen, so that's tough to see. You know, her season comes to an end, and her high school career anyways, maybe not her entire basketball career, but her high school career comes to an end here. And that is the tough part about playoffs, is you get to see one side of jubilation, the other side of just being upset and sad, and seeing their season come to an end, and it's unfortunate, but the Johnnies, they will be back next year. They've only got 1 senior, they've got 3 juniors on the squad, and the rest are 9th and 10th graders. Actually, only 1 10th grader and a 7th grader on the team as well, so they will certainly be back next year with more experience. For the Eagles, they get to go on and play on Thursday in the Section 5A East girls bracket. They'll play on Thursday in Bram against the Bombers, and that will be at 7 p.m. You can listen to that one right here on 100.9 FM WCMP. Of course, audio only for the playoffs. But again, right back on this very station on Thursday, the East Central Eagles will be in Bram taking on the Bombers. Coming up for WCMP's broadcast here tomorrow night over on our sister station, 95.5 FM KBEK, we'll have Mora battling St. Cloud Cathedral in that boys basketball game. Then on Thursday, as I mentioned, on 106.5 FM, Pine City will be in Malacca for their playoff game. Bram will host East Central on this station. And then on Thursday on our 95.5 FM station, Ogilvie will host Mille Lacs in this same Section 5 Single A playoffs section. So a lot more coming your way this week for playoffs. Of course, we will have more coming up on Saturday as well for playoff basketball action. It just all depends on who wins and who loses on Thursday. So we will let you know. Of course, stay up to date with all your local sports on both 100.9 FM and KB on 95.5 KBEK. The morning show with Rockin' Robin Riley on 95.5 FM at 7:30 and 8:30. And then the WCMP morning show on 100.9 FM with Joshua Miron at 7:45 and 8:45. Be sure to tune in then for your local sports updates as well as some regional sports as well. The final here in this game, the East Central Eagles get the victory over the St. John's Prep Johnnies 43-35. I want to thank all of our fine sponsors who sponsored this broadcast: Bozeman Newton Insurance, Chilson Jewelers, Larson Cycle, Rydberg & Sons, Town & Country Insurance, Northwoods Bank, Maytag Laundry, Jensen Tractor Sales and Service, East Central School District, Petrie's Bait, Matt's Sanitation, Sandstone Healthcare Center, Chris's Food Center, Anderson Recycling, and Northwoods Granite. Thank you to all of the sponsors who sponsored this game. Of course, without them, we wouldn't be able to come out to this game and broadcast it. So thank you so much to them for sponsoring this broadcast. Once again, the East Central Eagles get the victory over St. John's Prep 43-35. For WCMP, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Remember to be kind to everyone. You never know what someone is going through, and your kindness could make their day. For WCMP, once again, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Thanks so much for tuning in, and have a great rest of your night.